Hi everybody, Phil Merritt from Ashtons here. Today I'm with Camilla from the Teepover Club. Hi Camilla.
Hi Phil, how are you doing?
Yeah, great, thanks. Yourself?
Good, yeah, very good, thank you.
Excellent. So today we're going to talk about the Teepover Club, your business, and how we Ashtons help franchise it for you, and your progress to date. So do you want to tell us a little bit more about what the Teepover Club do?
Yeah, absolutely. So we style luxury teepee sleepovers, picnic parties, pamper parties, for children's birthdays or just parties in general. So we've got a range of themes available, so children can theme their sleepovers and lots of additional extras to make it a real luxury party.
And how did you establish the business, and when did you establish the business?
So I started the business about 2.5 years ago. Just before COVID hit, so September 2019, I was looking for a teepee to buy for my daughter for her first birthday. And I sort of stumbled across the idea. It was really big in Australia at the time, the concept of teepee sleepovers. And my background, I used to work in interior design. I also used to work in PR and marketing. And I was just sort of captivated from it. I thought I can do this with my experience sort of all put together. And it went from there, really.
And the market's currently booming. So I know my daughter went to her first TP party a few weeks ago. So you're in a good place. Why did you think about franchising in the first place?
It was something that my business was growing, as you say, it was really booming, growing very, very quickly, faster than I could ever imagine it, even during COVID. And I was in a position where I was being sort of pulled all over Hampshire. So I'm based in between Southampton and Portsmouth, but I was being sort of asked to do parties in Andover, in Chichester, in the New Forest. So these are all different directions. And I was thinking, I didn't want to turn down any parties. You know, I love doing it, but I was thinking logistically, how am I going to do this? So there was two ways I could do it, and really it was I could employ sort of a team to work with me, or sort of look at the franchising route. And I thought, actually, I love the business. I love what I do. It gives such good sort of job satisfaction. And I thought it's the sort of thing that people can replicate themselves sort of with my guidance, and create for themselves and have that business that they sort of own. And I thought the franchising route actually could work really, really well for that.
So when you thought about franchising the business, what did you do to go and educate yourself around franchising, what it is, how it works? Talk me through the process.
So first of all, I sort of did a bit of Googling on franchising in general, sort of a bit of reading up on it. And obviously I came across the BFA website, and they had a fantastic course for prospective franchisors, which I did. And the course was sort of a really nice overview over sort of what to expect, and is franchising actually right for you and your business. So that was a really interesting course to do. It's really worthwhile exercise. Then I sort of looked on the BFA at sort of people that could sort of potentially help me get to where I wanted to be. Before I went on the BFA website, I was sort of thinking, I could do this, you know, I've got this, I can do it myself, I'm sure. And then the more I looked into it, I was thinking, okay, no, I definitely need some sort of help here. So then I started looking at the consultancy and sort of the different consultants available, and I stumbled across Ashtons. I had a great chat with Nick, and Nick was really, really insightful. He actually gave me sort of just one piece of advice in our chat that I implemented straight away in my business in general, and has really helped. And so that was sort of in a general business sense, let alone a franchising sense. So I thought, oh, these guys are great. And then went from there.
Sounds good. Excellent. And a little bit of self-promotion. What did you like about working with Ashton?
Obviously very friendly, very approachable, very knowledgeable. I just felt very comfortable. There was no question. I didn't feel silly sort of asking any questions from being a complete beginner in the franchising world. So I felt very sort of reassured, and you sort of guided me through each step. And sort of told me what I can expect throughout the journey. And then we sort of worked together. You sort of tailored what I needed help on, the things that I could do myself. So it was almost, it felt a bit of a bespoke package, what we worked on together. And yeah, it was fantastic. It was very, very helpful.
Excellent, good to hear. And tell me about where you're up to now. So you quite quickly got your first franchisee. Yes. And then a couple of months later, a second franchisee. So how did they come about, and where are you up to with them?
Yeah, so my first franchisee I found on Facebook. Actually, I did a small Facebook campaign, my first Facebook ads campaign, and Sarah just so happened to see the advert, right place, right time, and she was looking for a franchise. She didn't know what she was looking for, apart from she wanted a franchise, and she came across my business, really liked the look of it. We met up, and obviously it went from there. She started about 7-8 months ago now, and she's doing really, really well with her branch of the Teepover Club. And then 2-3 months later, it was sort of a mutual friend I spoke to, and she really liked what I did as well. So it was very much sort of both of them. I think they saw what I did, and just like I did with the companies in Australia, they thought I'd love to get involved with that. I'd really enjoy that, and so the conversations went from there. So now I'm looking, ideally, I would like to get another 5 franchisees this year, to take it up to 7. That's the goal. So yeah, watch this space.
Excellent. And what are you doing in terms of ramping up the advertising and trying to get more leads in to achieve that target of 5?
So I'm moving away from Facebook a little bit. So I had relied on that up until sort of the end of last year for advertising. Facebook's changed their sort of guidelines and their rules a little bit, as they always do, making it almost impossible for me to sort of advertise on there exactly how I would like to do it. So I've been looking at various franchise websites, franchise directories, and speaking to people on there, sort of in terms of getting listings on there. But I think for my sort of audience and who sort of my potential franchisees, I don't think they're necessarily looking for franchises. They don't know what they're looking for. They're looking for a flexible work from home opportunity. And this is exactly what this is. It just so happens to be a franchise. So I'm looking more for sort of mum. I see it as a job that's sort of ideal for mums. I'm a mum myself. It works really flexibly around my family. So I'm looking at different avenues where mums are, and mums that are looking for jobs, for example, working mums and websites like that. So yeah, so getting various listings on different websites is sort of my goal at the moment, and just sort of really getting the name out there as much as possible in different places.
Oh, I think, yeah, what you've said there, it's very important to know your target market and place appropriate adverts in appropriate places to reach that target market. So I'm sure the more results will come your way. Next question. So being a franchisor is probably quite a lot different to what you are as a business owner originally. So yes. What's it like being a franchisor?
I'm really enjoying it. It's great. It's a completely different challenge, as you say. So I'm no longer thinking just about sort of my business. I'm thinking about sort of growing all of our businesses and sort of looking forward on behalf of my whole sort of franchise network at sort of the next steps, at the next big trends. And I want to be sort of one step ahead of the game for them. So it's not so much, it's all about me and my business anymore. It's about our businesses. So yeah, I mean, it's nice in that I'm no longer sort of on my own at the moment. It's sort of just me running my branch of the Teepover Club and the franchise. So it's great sort of to be all in a network together.
Okay, and what's the biggest lesson that you've learned being a franchisor for, what is it, nearly 12 months now?
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest lessons over the last year has obviously been sort of adapting the business around COVID and how that's sort of been changing. Like I said previously, so it's not just been sort of the changes on my business, it's changes across the network. So sort of adapting what we can and can't do at various times over the year.
Okay, so what's your best tip for being a franchisor?
Don't try and take on everything yourself. So at first I thought, oh yeah, I can do this. And the more I looked into it, the more, as I said earlier, I felt actually I do need assistance with this. And actually I needed quite a lot of assistance. Play on your strengths at the same time. For example, with your guidance, Phil, I wrote and sort of made our prospectus because I've sort of got a bit of experience in design, so I could do that side of things. But then obviously sort of writing the film and things like that, I needed a lot more guidance on. So use your strengths, but don't be afraid to sort of seek guidance, really.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. And my final question, what does the future look like for the Teepover Club?
Well, hopefully many more franchisees. I would like to have sort of a network. I'm aiming for about 40 franchisees over the next 5 years, so a much bigger network. I would like, my goal, my dream is for the word Teepover to be sort of known as TP Sleepover sort of nationwide, so sort of building the TP Sleepover sort of phenomenon even more, and sort of looking at the next stages, the next trends, what's coming next in the TP world. So yeah, lots of exciting things coming up.
Excellent. I'm glad we got the trademark sorted then.
Yeah, very much so.
Cool. Well, best of luck to you, Camilla, and thank you for the chat. And
thank you.
Wish you all the best for the future.
Thanks so much, and thanks for your help.
Cheers, Camilla.
Bye.